Welcome back and thank you for staying with Newsline. Now, KEL Chemical Limited, a company that was recently closed by the government for allegedly making and selling fake fertilizer, has accused Agriculture CS Midhika Linturi and KCPB boss Joseph Kimote of continuously coercing its Chief Operations Officer Devesh Patel to assume responsibility for the fake fertilizer scandal. In a letter addressed to the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, KEL Chemicals Limited claims that in one instance, its Chief Operation Officer was threatened over the phone more than 30 times in an hour and asked to read a news statement that stated that KEL Chemicals was fully responsible for the fertilizer scandal. As KTN's David Mudoka reports, KEL Chemicals wants DCI Director Mohammed Amin to investigate Linturi and Kimote for allegedly using intimidation to implicate the company.
In the letter addressed to Director of Criminal Investigations Mohammed Amin, lawyer Ahmed Nasir Abdullahi, on behalf of KEL Chemicals Limited, the fertilizer production company, has claimed that Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Midhika Linturi, National Cereals and Produce Board Managing Director Joseph Kimote, and other NCPB officials repeatedly coerced its Chief Operations Officer Devesh Patel to carry the cross of the fake fertilizer scandal and compensate affected farmers. KEL Chemicals claims that threats and intimidation from the senior government officials went on for more than a week, starting 4th April when NCP boss Joseph Kimote called KEL Chief Operations Officer Devesh Patel. In the 9:45 a.m. phone call, KEL Chemicals alleges Kimote asked Patel to prepare a letter addressing the recalling of 3,000 KEL bags that were allegedly carrying fake fertilizer by the NCPB. The fertilizer production company claims that the alleged coercion did not end there. 3 days later, that is on the 7th of April, the company says that its COO was called more than 30 times in an hour by Kimote, Ngetich, and another official by the name John Matiri, who is the general manager of NCPB. The letter alleges that Matiri wanted Patel to call for a press conference and issue a statement in which KEL will not only assume full responsibility for fake fertilizer, but also announce KEL's intention to compensate farmers. Interestingly, the letter says the press statement was not to be prepared by Patel or KEL, as it was sent to the COO via WhatsApp by NCPB boss Kimote. Patel's job was just to read it. But Patel dealt the press conference a wide berth, saying that DCI officers had raided the Thika-based company and seized fertilizer bags on that same day. 3 days later, Agriculture CS Midhika Linturi is said to have called Patel himself to ask him to call the press conference at a hotel in Nairobi and use the statement sent to him on WhatsApp by Kimote. Patel again declined, and 2 days later, CS Linturi early in the morning raided KEL Chemicals in Thika, closed it, declared it a crime scene, and said that the management had assumed responsibility for the fake fertilizer scandal.
The manufacturer himself owns up to the mistake. You hear that the batch that has really a problem, which we are trying to establish how it happened, is a batch that was produced between 5th and 10th.
KEL Chemicals now wants Linturi and Kimote investigated for allegedly conducting themselves in a manner unfit for a public officer. At the same time, the church and the opposition have called for a thorough and a conclusive probe into the fertilizer scandal.
Morally, ni shida kubwa sana ambayo inahitaji watu pia kuelekezwa na watu kuhimizwa kuwa wazalendo.
The case of fake fertilizer is, in our view, a case of economic sabotage and must be treated as such.
David Muthoka, KTN News, Nairobi.
While heavy rains